Hello, welcome to CSS Display Properties. My name is Zachary Durbin, and this is for class CIT 230 Web Front-End Development. And today is February 13th, 2018. The display property. This is one of the most important properties when it comes to controlling the layout of a web page. Typically, the default is either block or inline, depending on the element type. The structure to set up the CSS property is your selector, then display, and either block, inline block, or none. We'll go into further details of these four later on. For display inline, the information, this is the default display value for tags such as image, links, and spans. The display method will show these tags with inline with other images, meaning they'll be in the same block. It should be noted that while you can adjust the left and right spacing of an inline element, you cannot adjust the height using display inline. Here we have some code from actually my own website that it's just a simple navigation bar. Here you have the links to the different pages, and then I have nav, and then list item, display inline, and the font family that I've chosen, and it results out to something like this. For display block level elements include divs, headings, paragraphs, sections, forms, headers, footers, and list items. These items will display directly on top of each other instead of side to side. The height and width can be adjusted via means of CSS with the display method. And here's an example of coding for it. Again, this is just some links. This is basically just some links. And the CSS for it is link, display block, close parameter. And the result is something like this. Without CSS markup, these links are displayed just straight across. But when you do switch it to a block element, you notice that these are now up and down. Inline block. This display property takes the best of both worlds and mixes them together. The elements are placed in a straight line and maintain the ability to change the element's height and width. Personally, I find this useful for when adding images of different heights and widths to like a rotating banner or anything like that. Again, this coding comes from actually my own website, and these are just a bunch of images that I have for it. And I have hashtag banner because it's an ID, display inline block, my margin, cleared both sides of the so that it lined up correctly. And here we have the images. These images all had different heights and widths, but with the rest of the CSS that I have along with this, I was able to keep the orientation without having to go into Photoshop and adjust things. Finally, we have display none. This display mode will completely hide an element from being shown. This is helpful when you are trying to hide or show elements as the screen sizes change. So, to recap, the display block is used to align elements vertically, and you can adjust the width and height. Display inline. These items align horizontally. You can adjust the width, but remember, you cannot adjust the height. When adding padding, for instance, it will actually just overlap any other items. It won't push the items down. Display inline block. You can use this to horizontally align, and you can adjust the height and width. So if you added padding to an item, such as a span or anything, and you added padding to that, it would actually push whatever's below it down rather than just overlapping it. And finally, display none. This is used to hide items from view. We actually have one of the requirements for our assignment is on the smaller view to hide the 10-day forecast. This is the display property that you would use. That's what I have. Thank you for your time, and I hope this helps you. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'll be happy to explain. Have a good day.